It's your boy Hype bringing you another weekly Nightfall strike on the Animal Instincts Gaming channel, and this time around we are going up against good old Sepiks Prime, the very first strike I ever attempted in this game a very long time ago. And I was willing to bet anything that this was going to be the Willock Crota, and I am here to say I'm happy that it wasn't. So moving on, as usual, we have epic, highly shielded and highly aggressive enemies appear in great numbers. We have Nightfall. If you die, you're done. All players die, your fire team is returned to orbit. This week's damage of choice, there is a damage. Arc burn. Arc damage from any source is greatly increased. Next up, we have light switch. Don't get knifed, bitch. Minions of the darkness deal much more melee damage. And last but not least, angry. Minions of the darkness won't flinch even after massive damage. So we're going to go in there with my level 32 Hunter. We're going to use the Gunslinger setup. And we're going to go in there with the good old Fatebringer, one of my favorites whenever there is arc damage. We're also going to go in with the Patience and Time. And we're going to go up in there with the Valedictorian. It's good setup. If you don't have the same exact weapons, just use the best weapons that you have that do arc damage. And you should not have a problem with this. But as I was saying, I really thought this time around was going to be the Willock Crota. Omnigal was going to be back, and wasn't really looking forward to it. I know it's only a matter of time. I mean, I would assume it's going to be next week. But I really thought it was going to be this week, and I was kind of hoping the banner was going to be back. But neither of those two things happened, so here we are. This first room, it's easy, man. Just clear it out. No problem, no worries. And these guys haven't heard. I'm sure a lot of you have heard. It is confirmed. Finally confirmed. And what is that? The Howls of Wolves. May 19th. Yeah, that was the rumored date to be, but nothing was ever official about that date. But now it is. It's been officially released, revealed, and I'm excited. I don't know about you guys, but I am excited about this one because I think the game and the Guardians were kind of starving for some new adventures, and I understand, why they had to push it back a little bit and, wait until May, because if they would put it out any earlier, like say they would put it out this month, by May, majority of us would probably already be right through everything that it has to do, everything new. We would be finished by May, and then by the time the actual DLC drops to this game, now that's just another expansion, the actual DLC drops, by the time that drops, I think this game, I don't know if it would make it to that point. I really don't. But anyways, that's the date, May 19th, man, and I cannot wait. There's going to be a new planet, basically. We're going to step onto the reef, man. We're going to wreak some havoc. If you guys didn't take a look at the trailer, man, check it out. It's going to be pretty sick. There are some letdowns, as far as there's no raid. But it seems as finally the Trials of Osiris will be around. But anyways, let's get on to this Nightfall. I could talk on for that for a while, but let me know in the comment section, man, what you guys think. Are you happy? Wish it was here a little sooner, or you think that's right around the right time? I mean, obviously I wish it was here sooner so I could play it, but like I said, if it's here too soon, then this game's just going to completely fade away, But here we go with the Nightfall. As you see, the Valedictorian just takes out those captains one shot, and that's why I have this thing used. And after you seen in a little bit ago, after I deployed my ghost, I run over to the left here, and this is where I'm going to play out all three, we'll say, all three of these layers, these mesh layers, until they, until the ghost is done hacking the system and getting through the lasers. So you take out, usually at the very beginning of every layer, every wave, I take out the snipers first, because in my opinion the snipers are the ones that can deal the most damage if they catch you off guard when you're in a fight with something else. and you're already wounded, then that could possibly be game over right there, starting back from the beginning before you even got anywhere, really. And man, I failed quite a few times with these throwing knives on this. It's been a while. I don't think I've really ran with the Hunter in quite some time, and I haven't really been putting all too much time into this game. Not like, I still play it. I still really enjoy this game, but not like I used to. As far as time-wise, I don't put nowhere near as much time in. And it just is what it is. We're all waiting on that House of Wolves. But lame-ass excuse for sucking at throwing knives. I know. But at the end of the wave, the first and the last wave, you're going to have these the skanks. They come out to play. And keep your distance from the skanks, because they are highly aggressive and... yeah, highly aggressive and heavily shielded, as if they said earlier. But you want to make sure you're heavily shielded when dealing with skanks. Alright, so there we go. The first wave is done. And I'm just going to speed the rest of this part up because it's the same thing. I'm staying back here at this little hill before you enter into the caves. And... just picking everything apart, man. You seen right there that invisible sniper. He popped up, as I said. First thing I usually try to get out of the way is the snipers. And watch out for those magnetic rounds. They are what will really take you down. They'll chase you all the way back. And say right there, the best kind of way to get away from them is strafing left to right. And there's always, at the end of the second and at the end of the third, that little invisible sniper right there to the left. So don't forget about him. Sometimes you may think you're in the clear. You got to head out to grab some ammo, and he's sitting there waiting for you and can really ruin your day. But here we go, the third and final layer, wave, whatever you want to call it. And using the gold gun on the wizards, it really helps out because they do have the solar shields, although... the valedictorian was taking them out one shot anyway, regardless of the shield or not. So there we go. There he is, the invisible guy. And there's a couple more that I actually have to go out and take down, a couple drag. And then that'll spawn in the last little wave. We got the skanks coming out to play again. And then the final guy comes out. Take him out with the valedictorian, and that's it for this part. It's pretty easy as long as you play it that way. Play it safe. Don't be aggressive. Stay back, because these things, they deal some massive amounts of damage. And there's also, even if you step out there, you're seeing right there the samurai, whatever the hell they are, they come running out and they're invisible. So if you're out there shooting and they come up and knife you, light switches on, you're done. Starting back from the beginning. And at this point, you don't want that to happen, because that was the most time-consuming part of the Nightfall and the most difficult, in my opinion. I mean, maybe some of you may struggle at other spots, but in my opinion, that was the most difficult and time-consuming. Look at that. There's another fail. Just stop throwing them things. Just give it up. Alright, so here we go. This is where we're going to have a little battle with the Walker tank. And he doesn't stand a chance, to be honest with you. Never did, except for the first time around. I remember the very first time seeing this thing and being like, what the hell is that? And how am I supposed to kill that thing? You know what I mean? And, you learn as you go. But that's one thing about this game. A lot of times I could still remember the very first time ever attempting that mission or that strike or that raid, whatever it is, like the Vault of Glass. That was a absolute blast the first time around. We had so many laughs, man, me and the fire team, some of my friends, just dying nonstop, and you had no clue as to what was going on, especially in the damn the Gorgon maze. But anyways, there's the tank. He does not stand a chance. You want to shoot his legs, And you don't have to shoot the glowing spots. Anywhere in that leg is going to deal the same amount of damage. Seen that? The 2 front legs are down. Then once his little neck pops out, you want to shoot him right there. And I have to use a synthesis, which I really, really wish I would have had some more synthesis. It kind of cost me time on this. And it's kind of sucked. You know, if I would have had another special synth, then I really would have ripped it through sepiks a lot faster. But I wasn't even thinking, because I do these quite early and never really thinking that early. I should have just switched over. Should have just switched over to the damn icebreaker, man. Let that thing recharge my ammo before I went in there. And I don't know. Stupid error, simple error by me. It happens. What are you going to do? There I go, you know, with saying early, making more excuses for myself. But anyways, right here, I'm just speeding this part up because I'm just killing all the enemies, trying to see if they drop some ammo, and I really don't get nothing from no one. So I don't know what the deal is with that. They just didn't want me to get anything. And I will slow it back down for you right when we get to Sepiks Prime, and you'll see me damn near get wiped out. I mainly use heavy on them and then finish them off. Look at that. I should have slowed that part down. I actually landed, I think a blind guy, anybody could have made that. But I actually landed a throwing knife. Finally. So here we go. Here's Sepiks Prime. Stepping into the devil's lair. And right here in this beginning, a lot of times you can kind of just go in there and go Rambo on them. But right here, look at that. I get hit up, so you got to run over to this room to the left. Now in here, nothing will come after you. Nothing will come up the steps. It's kind of like a little safe spot. So even if you have problems there normally on the regular, just once you come in here, run over to this room, take out all the enemies that are out there until it's just you and sepiks, and then you're going to hop down to where I do. That's personally where I think it's the best spot to fight them. You pretty much don't have to worry about a lot of the other enemies, and you can just land non-stop shots on them. Majority of them are precision shots. So right here, still no special ammo, and I wasn't thinking. I should have already have swapped it over to the icebreaker, but I was kind of banking on getting that special ammo to drop, but it never did. So here we go. I'm just going to use the rockets on them, and rockets and rockets and rockets and more rockets. And they really don't do that much damage. You know, if I would have had that fully loaded, ready to go, patience of time, it would have just annihilated them. I would probably already be done speaking to you. It's not that quick, but you know, you get the point. I do drop another heavy. And then I pretty much finish him off with the Fatebringer. I do end up switching, finally, you know, a little light bulb goes off, and I finally switch over to the icebreaker, but at that point, he was already dead. So I don't know, I just had it like I was determined to use that patience of time. So here we go. I'm going to bring up a random comment from last week's Nightfall, and here it is, the real chef. I think your video should be a dance-off with everybody on Destiny. Let me know, bro. I've been working on my moves. Come on, chef. I replied to that saying I got the moves like Jagger. And that's my buddy Chef, man. He's on the homepage of the channel, on the featured channels. He's a great guy, man. Stop by, check his channel out, show some love, and let him know Hype sent you. He does a lot of Call of Duty. He is in a Beast Clan. A lot of you's probably heard of him. He's in Pawn Stars, so he uploads a lot of that, a lot of the clan battles and stuff like that, man. So stop by, show some love, tell him. Say, I'm ready to have a dance off with you, Chef. Hey, a little wave to these guys. Sepiks is down, and this roll, man, this roll really got me down. I couldn't believe it. Not again. Not again. I'm not going to talk about it too much, man, because it is what it is. A huge disappointment. But that's going to about wrap it up for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And if so, don't forget to hit that like button. And in the comment section, leave a comment for a chance to be featured in next week's Nightfall. And if you haven't, Be sure to subscribe to Animal Instincts Gaming. As always, thanks for watching. Till next time, animals, it's your boy Hype. We out.